guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Alana. We've been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals and I've been maining Luna Snow for most of it. I have about 25, almost 26 hours played. I looked at my healing stats too and I'm at 2.8 mil with my best being 43k. Obviously want to be a good team player in comp, so I've been trying to finesse my accuracy and just bump my heals as much as I can. So I've been changing a few settings and I'm gonna take you through that really quickly, which I think a lot of this, like a big part of it is the reticle, which that's kind of where I'm gonna start. So you want to go to your settings and then go over to controller. So with that, the caveat is that I do play on Xbox, so this is Xbox specific, but I'll show you how my stuff is set up to get the most out of my game. So first we're gonna go over to combat. Then you want to go over to your sensitivity. So this is a big one. Luna Snow is very dependent on accuracy. You really have to hit your crits if you want to be impactful. So I have mine set to 200. For any of the additional settings, the input zones, you can see that there and screenshot it if it's helpful. Minimum input dead zone I have at 2, maximum I have at 2. That I left at 0 and then 30. The rest I left the same for the most part, but that's my settings if you wanted to copy it over. And now for the reticle. So something that was kind of intimidating was getting to a reticle that is too small. But I have to say I've been trying it for a couple of games now and it's super impactful. It's bumped my accuracy by almost 10%. Which is helpful and impressive. So this is what I have for my reticle settings. So on the right here, you can see what the reticle looks like. I prefer the crosshairs that are kind of diagonal, but you can have it horizontal. I've just found this to be the most impactful. So you want to first go to reticle type crosshairs, then click on advanced. Reticle animation, you can turn this on or off, it really doesn't matter. I've noticed with the smaller reticles the animation goes away in-game anyway, so reticle animation on or off doesn't matter. Then under width, click into details. These are my settings. I made the dot width 11, crosshair 50, circle width left alone because I don't have a circle, so it's kind of moot point. Reticle opacity leave at 100. And then if we go down to dot opacity, crosshair opacity, that all stays at 100. Outline width, so this would be the next one that you change. Outline width I have at 42. And then here too, you can click into details. Dot width 42, crosshair outline width 42. Outline opacity, leave that alone. And then if we go down, all the opacity, leave at 100, unless for some reason you want it to be more opaque, but I don't really see the point because you want to be able to see your crosshairs. So I would just leave that alone. Then we're going to leave the blur alone. Next up is going to be the details. We didn't touch anything here because it's grayed out, so we couldn't impact anything here anyway. So your next one's going to be crosshair length. So 13 and 45. And then color I suggest playing around with. So I have mine set at blue. I found that that works the best. I know a lot of folks really like the green. The green is pretty punchy as well. I just like the blue personally. And then the only other thing I changed was the allied health bars. So I have that as always on as opposed to off or default. Now this reticle will work with most classes. I just prefer it for Luna Snow. Again, accuracy is going to be your best friend. The other thing that you want to change for Luna Snow is the healing reticle feedback. Make sure you have that toggled on, so this will indicate to you whether you are healing or doing DPS. If you don't see this in your settings for whatever reason, just go up here to this setting right here. So as a default, it'll be set to all heroes. Here you can either go in and select your strategists. The main strategist I play is Luna Snow, so I just clicked on Luna Snow, hit confirm. Then it opens this up. Since she is a healing class, so strategist, this healing reticle feedback piece will show up. So toggle that on. So now looking at the rest of the settings, so that's the reticle, but I will show you really quickly what I have for the remainder of my settings. I don't even know if I have any other settings. All right, so that takes care of the sensitivity. It also takes care of your reticle, which both are tremendously helpful since you want to move quickly and you want to be able to aim and actually hit your targets. The other thing that I did change was under accessibility. So this again is just a personal preference thing, but I feel like it really helps if you're actually able to see your team and distinguish team from enemy, as well as see warnings really well. So on this, in this again, you can put this as whatever you want. I changed ally color to blue purple and then enemy color to pink. So you can see here on the right, like pink stands out, no doubt about it. If you have it as red is fine, but then like for example in this picture you can see Penny Parker, she is red already, so the outline almost disappears. If you have pink, there's definitely an element where it's very obvious that you're looking at an enemy character. And the blue purple as well, there is a lot of blue in the game, so having it blue purple just helps you distinguish it a little bit better. And then the last one I changed was the warning color. So again, moved it to pink instead of red. Not that red is bad, red is still really visible. I just think pink is a bit more punchy, so it stands out more. So those are my main settings, which I've been super happy with so far. I'll continue to play comp. I'm gold 3 now, so I'll kind of continue to plug along and see how it works and finesse it, but that's just what I'm using at the moment.
See them?
All right, so now looking at the reticle, you can see it. I had animation turned on. Like I said, when it's that small, it doesn't even matter. Like the animation just by default doesn't work. Super visible. You can tell the pink too. Like look how good the pink stands out. Like it's bright, it's in your face. You can tell enemies. Similar with warnings, the bots, once their health gets down far enough, yeah, you can see there. Their health's going down and the pink just really stands out. So a couple of like really key things. As Luna Snow, you're not looking at hitboxes like bodies. Your eyeballs should constantly be on health bars. So you're looking here to see if your team's health is dwindling down. And then when you're shooting at someone or you're healing someone, you're aiming at their body and your eyeball is on the crosshair. So your eyes do not leave this spot and this spot. So crosshair, crosshair, crosshair. You're not just looking at the person as a whole because you're more likely to miss. So I'm always, like when I'm running around, I'm scanning for health bars if I see health bars dwindling, and then prioritizing who I'm shooting based on whose health bar is the lowest. So in this case, this Galactabot, now that Galactabot is the lowest, I want to put my snowflake on whoever is lowest so that they get the biggest healing bump. So we're going to just keep alternating this. And when there's no one to have your snowflake on, I always put it on the tank because people tend to gravitate towards the tanks. So just move your snowflake around, hit your teammates. If your teammates are fine, you can go to enemies. With this reticle, it's really easy to hit your headshots. So with any game that has any shooter mechanic, you always want to go for headshots. But yeah, this is punchy. Like you can see, it's super sharp. You can see everything really well. You can see where you're aiming. But yeah, that's kind of like my main tips. Like look at your health bars. Make sure your eyeballs are on the reticle. There's no point in changing this if your eyes are going to be over to the right and you're just looking at the person as a whole. You want to look at your reticle, look at your team's health bars, aim for headshots if you're fighting an enemy.
Yes.
And I guess the last piece too, I tend to keep my RB ability because you have your ice arts, which is your RB ability. This is your ice shards. It damages and it heals, but it heals for a decent chunk. So if you have someone that's dying, save your RB. So we're gonna go, we'll wait for this little fella to respawn. I'm gonna put my snowflake on him. I'm gonna RB, and then I'm gonna punch him so he can heal quickly. And then you can push it on to a different teammate. And if you're fast enough, you can actually switch your snowflakes too so that they get that 30% healing boost. And alt, I mean,
am ready
there's
to put on a
not
show.
too much to say there. Just
There
make
we are.
sure you're actually staying with your team, otherwise it totally defeats the purpose. And as you can see on the reticle itself, because I have the healing indicator turned on, it's showing green when I heal, and then showing pink when I'm actually hitting an
I'll put
enemy.
you on ice.
Yeah, that's really about it. I hope that helps. I hope that was enough information and helps you be better at Luna Snow. It is still something that I'm actively learning and working on being better at, but hopefully it helps. And if you could, please like and subscribe. If you do have questions, leave them in the comments. I'm always open to feedback or any commentary. If there's something I could be doing better, just let me know. But yeah, thanks again. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye.